It goes without saying that men are the disposable gender. When problems come through, men are the ones that society and governments resort to, even if they were treated like trash and/or utilities before. As much as concepts like quote-unquote female empowerment are trendy these days, the reality is that the powerful people of the world don't want women to work in the sewers, fix the electric grid, or fish in the middle of the ocean in the morning. It's always the men who do those jobs. As a result, when some men still go out hoping to find a good woman, they come across chicks who think of themselves as independent, strong, and need no men. Well, it's funny because if these women need no men, why on earth do they go on dates? It seems like there's something they lack, right? Maybe they want a provider, a Chad, or all of the above. Who knows? I'm just guessing. Fortunately, not all women think men are trash and in turn acknowledge how difficult it is to be a man.
7 some.
Women's lives are bottom-ended and men's lives are top-ended. So what
do you mean by that?
What I mean is that a woman is kind of born with an intrinsic value because she is a woman. Life starting out for females is much easier than it is for boys, in my opinion. I think this is because if you go way back to when we were hunter-gatherer types of people, the women were sort of looked after and it's like that today. The women are sort of coddled, I want to say, we're protected, whereas the men, it's right, you are a man now, so, get up, pull your socks up and get on with it.
I admire her honesty and love how she phrased her thoughts. This inspired me to talk about how poorly men are treated, the hardships they go through, and how modern-day women give little to no incentives to date or marry. Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go deeper, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to General Rendar for the most liked comment and a simple yet effective statement. Being an awful, selfish, combative person doesn't make you strong. It makes you insufferable. You are absolutely right, and guys, don't ever be fooled into thinking otherwise. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video. Everyone, at least in principle, would agree that if a man and a woman commit the same crime or do the same immoral action, they should be punished equally. For example, whether the murderer is a man or a woman shouldn't really matter, and the criminal should face the same years in prison. However, that doesn't happen that often in practice. I'll be careful with my word choice because you know that it's hard not to offend someone. Anyway, I know most of you guys are open-minded, so you won't have a problem, especially when I call out crazy chicks who do bad things to innocent people. Here it comes. Take a look at this article. Yes, I know it looks insane, but that's what happened back in 2021, and now they're about to face a prison sentence to be determined. The mother, Magdalena, and her girlfriend ended the life of the innocent Lucio, a 5-year-old kid. This is way more outrageous than it looks because a feminist judge called Ana Clara Perez Ballester gave Lucio de Paz custody to his mother, Magdalena Esposito Valenti, who was found guilty on Thursday, February 2. Men are told they're trash, but every member of society is pretty much obligated to believe that the female gender is flawless, innocent, and angelic. This news proves that wrong, of course, and by the way, passport bros are traveling to places in Latin America and South America, but let me tell you, Argentina is a very bad option because feminism is well established there. The insanity does not only belong to Western countries like America, as you can see. The fact of the matter is that men are having a hard time in many parts of the world. For example, in countries like Spain, the violence from a man to a woman is called gender-based violence, whereas the other way around is just domestic violence. This goes beyond a difference in the terms, since the prison sentences also vary a lot, and of course, men face more severe sentences. Note that I don't support any kind of violence, and indeed love peace, understanding, and tranquility as much as you. This news and data are just proof that men have a harder time, and regardless of what they do, they're considered potential criminals. Imagine you work your ass off, stay on your grind for many years, and finally feel ready to marry a nice woman. You end up doing so, but just because there's an argument in the household, she goes to the police and you're put in jail despite being innocent. You haven't done anything to her, but she used the law to her advantage and f***ed your life up. Men can be treated like trash even in relationship settings where they treat women right and lovingly. This takes me to relationships because the war against men's well-being, mental health, and even rights is way more criminal. Despite this harsh reality, men pull their socks up, swallow their own emotions, and get down to work. Although it sounds harsh, it is way more practical than crying over the world not being fair. As the woman in the previous clip said, women are born with an intrinsic value, whereas men have to build their own. Men have to tick multiple boxes, but many women can get laid and have a pretty decent social life even if they're average looking and have a disagreeable personality.
What do you bring to the table? And the guy's like, this. Women would be like, so who pays the bills? And what does your car look like? And what kind of job do you have? And are you going to take care of the family? And do you know how to like fight? Like if I was in trouble, like you're going to protect me? And they'd have a whole list that you'd be checking off. He'd be like, well, you could barely keep up. And they're just like, this. No, this does not make a high value woman. It doesn't. There has to be more to you than that. And it's not this and I'm the CEO of my own company, because they don't care about that. We already told you that. So you can care about it. You can be proud of that CEO title all you want. But I'm telling you straight up, a guy would rather have a kind, loving, supportive, respectful woman that works at Arby's than have a CEO that's a nightmare to live with, that isn't supportive, that isn't respectful, and that doesn't care about him really.
There you go, guys. Another woman who speaks the reality of men. At the end of the day, common sense should be more common than it is, but these days ideologies rule over facts, data, and research. Modern-day women talk a lot about gender equality, but want to keep their privileges. That's why they want quotas to get into certain jobs or uni degrees, to name a few examples. The funny thing is that many women who want this kind of equality don't even like those jobs or degrees, but they think it's way more important to be right and bossy over being happy. Why do something you love when you can just go through life calling men scumbags? Jokes aside, let me recall how the nice guys women want after hitting the wall get cheated on and disrespected. This gives men no incentive to be nice, but rather a good reason to go solo or avoid modern-day women altogether. Going back to the previous example, imagine you work even harder because you want to make sure your wife and kids have a good life. If you happen to get weak at some point or show any signs of vulnerability, she reserves the right to exercise her options and even file for divorce.
Women are worse nowadays is we're bailed out. We are paid to leave marriages and we're paid to be single mothers. If you pay someone to do something, they're going to do more.
You heard that right. This goes beyond ideologies because there's money at stake too. However, let me recall that every dark cloud has a silver lining, and I won't tell you just to believe that your soulmate is out there waiting for you and willing to support your ambitions. None of that. The odds of you finding a high-value woman who respects and supports you are low, but at least you will have your life under control if you just don't marry, and of course, don't impregnate women. If you have unplugged from the lies of society and live your life free of mind games, manipulation, and legal trouble, you're indeed in a great position, and I encourage you to keep on that track.
Job, my brother, we rocking with you.
All in all, this video has shown how poorly men are treated, and men go through other struggles no one really cares about. The good thing is that as long as you stay away from these toxic women who choose to treat men like trash, live your awesome life as a MGTOW and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Can you think of other situations or laws that treat men poorly? Why do you think these women treat men that badly? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.